Okay, so we want to use transformations to graph y equals 2 to the x plus 3 minus 7. So I was thinking about the shape of the graph first, and we're going to move it around. And the shape will be the same as y equals 2 to the x. So let's go ahead and construct that function. So let's look at the graph of f of x equals 2 to the x. We'll start with those points. If x is 0, f of x is 2 to the x, so 2 to the 0 is 1. If x is 1, 2 to the first is just 2. If x is 2, f of x is 2 to the second, which of course means 2 times 2, which is 4. If x is 3, f of x is 2 to the third, which means 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8. If x is negative 1, what is that? 2 to the negative 1 power is 1 over 2 to the first power, which is 1/2. If it's negative 2, 2 to the negative 2 power is 1 over 2 squared. 1 over 2 times 2, 1 over 4. And 2 to the negative 3 is 1 over 2 to the third. 2 to the third is 8, so that's 1 over 8. So that's my graph of f of x is 2 to the x. That's what I want to start with. So let's go ahead and put in all of those points. So let us go back to Desmos, which we'll do. And let's look at our points. We have 0, 1 is one of our points. Another one is 1, 2. Another one is 2, 4. I'm going to want to see them all listed, so I'm going to put it in a couple different rows here. Then we have 3, 8. And negative 1/2. And then negative 2 1/4. And negative 3 1/8. Make them all the same color, make them all blue. So there's the points, and you can see that if we would graph it, it would go like that. All of those points are blue. So that's our graph of 2 to the x. Let me just quickly show that to you. There it is. There is y equals 2 to the x. But I'm going to move everything. What am I trying to graph? What is my question I'm working with? We're trying to graph y equals 2 to the x plus 3 minus 7. So right now we have f of x equals 2 to the x, and we want to graph y equals 2 to the x plus 3 minus 7. Okay. So what is that going to mean? 2 to the x plus 3 would be f of x plus 3. Minus 7. So that is shifting 3 to the left. Remember, f of x plus 3 is a horizontal shift, 3 to the left. Minus 7, shift 7 down, vertical shift 7 down. Horizontal shift for f of x plus 3, 3 to the left. Minus 7, that would be a vertical shift. That is going to be 7 down. So 3 to the left and 7 down is what I'm going to need. So let's go back to Desmos, shift everything 3 to the left and 7 down. So I have these points first. I'm going to shift them, and I'll make them everything red here. Shift them 3 to the left first. Minus 3, minus 3, minus 3. So you see what I've done? I've taken this point, moved it 3 to the left, moved it 3 to the left, moved it 3 to the left. Maybe if I make it 7 down, minus 7 in the y value, minus 7 in the y value, minus 7 in the y value. So you can see 3 to the left and 7 down for those points moves me here. Those were the first 3 points. Now let's go to the next 2, which I will also make red. First, I'm going to shift them 3 to the left. So subtract 3. Subtract 3, you see what's done? 3 to the left there, 3 to the left there, and then 7 down in the y direction, minus 7, minus 7. So you look at our red points now and you can see which way this graph is going. And then I have my last 2 points here, 3 to the left and 7 down. Looks like it's keeping it red, which is good. 3 to the left first. 3 to the left. 3 to the left. You see those are those 2 little points there. And then 7 down, subtract 7 on the y. Moves in there. So that my new function you can see is headed this way, growing like that. So let's go ahead and graph it. That's y equals 2 to the x plus 3 minus 7. Let's make sure it actually does what we expect it to do. Y equals 2 to the x plus 3 minus 7. And let's just use a different color if I can. Go with orange maybe. So the orange graph is the one that was shifted, right? We graphed those 7 or 8 points and then moved everything 3 to the left, 7 down, and now we have our new graph. But as long as we're there, let's talk about the domain and range of that, okay? So x values could be everything. So if I have a function that is g of x equals 2 to the x plus 3 minus 7, the domain is all reals. Or if you like, minus infinity to plus infinity. How about the range? If you look at that graph, can you see what the range is? What are the y values of that new graph, of that orange graph? It gets as low as -7 and then grows. Never quite gets to -7. So the range would be round bracket -7 to infinity. So again, y is greater than -7, which would be from -7 to plus infinity.